Is it on?
She's gone back to her
It's
England
on.
days.
No, have you seen that from Shrek?
No.
Shrek 2.
What is that?
When Shrek's just having a really bad day, so he's crying on that fairy godmother card.
Callan just shook his head at us. That's so rude.
That's rude.
That's rude.
obviously doesn't
Anyway,
like Shrek.
hello everybody, and welcome to
Our
the
very
last.
We said that at the same time. The last online show
Yes.
for Centro Teens TV before we go back
Yes.
to meeting in person.
After holidays.
No,
Is it
next
after
week
holiday?
is Connect Social.
Connect social and then holidays.
And then holidays.
And then holidays. We'll get
So,
there one day.
Yeah, it's a big treat these next few weeks because you guys will be finished term 2. You'll stop online learning if some of you are. Oh no, you're all back at school anyway.
today.
Well, how many? We've got 9 now.
Okay, well let's. Oh, mine says 3.
So yeah, again, guys, this is the last show. Bring your friends in. You know, it won't be long. We're gonna have so much fun. We have a great party trick game for you.
Yes, we're gonna talk about party tricks because some people can do really weird things with their bodies.
Yes, that sounds so weird.
You always have that one friend that can hyperextend their arms, when they go
I cannot do that.
backwards.
She cannot do that.
I can't.
So we
I
cannot
obviously
show
can't
you.
do it. So once we get some more people
Yeah.
in, we'd love to hear from you about what your party tricks are. What can your body do that's strange?
And
or that,
we'll try attempt it.
yeah, that creeps out your
Try.
friends.
So should we do some now just to get it started?
Yeah, well, we have 12
Or
people in at the
12?
moment.
All right, let's get to 20.
So everybody
do
there,
it.
everybody in the comments, 12 people, what is your party trick? What can you do that's weird?
What can you do?
Lick your elbow, that kind of thing.
I don't
Can
think
you
I
lick
can
your
do
elbow?
that. I mean, I have really short arms, so I should be able to.
Let's try. You're very close. Oh, you pretty much can.
I mean, it also depends how long your tongue is, because that gives you
Yeah,
a bit of an
an
extension.
advantage. Yeah, but you're just
Nice.
so little.
I am. It should look how short that is compared to yours.
Okay, let's measure our
You
forearms.
can. Okay, this is so
Okay.
weird, but
Yeah, it's-
Can you do it?
No,
Do you want to
I've
try
tried
and
before. I'm
show
wearing a
everyone
jumper.
else?
Oh, my arm's too long.
It's all right. You don't have to actually
I
lick
can't
it.
even get halfway. My arm is too long.
Tall
The sound
people,
guys
am
are
I
laughing
right?
at us. Do you want to come over here and try?
Oh, is that Justin? Is that your husband, Justin?
Justin, come here. Do you have any party tricks?
Can you come here,
Oh,
Justin?
so who's this? Is this Dugard? Dugard can make his elbow pop up. What do you mean by
What?
pop up? What does that mean? Do you have party
is
tricks,
this popping
Justin?
up? Is
Go away. Why are you here? Do you guys have any party tricks? Do you have any party tricks? Anything weird with your body? You've what?
Callan has a bent finger.
A bent finger. Come show us your bent finger. He's too self-conscious. Guys, hype up Callan. Let him know that he's beautiful just the way he is, even with his
Twist
bent
your
finger.
elbow. We can twist. I can twist my elbow.
Twist.
Is,
Like that?
is that what he means? Twist your elbow?
I don't know. Is there
I
still
can't
12
actually move this
without
arm.
moving? Oh, twist your elbow without moving your hand. That's what he said to do. How do you do that?
Okay. Let me just.
This is so much harder than
It looks like I'm just trying to control something out over there.
Do you start with your hand down or up?
I don't know. What did he say?
Yeah.
No, he just says without moving your hand.
Twist your elbow. Like that?
Moving your hand. But you're moving your hand though.
So do you have to keep it steady? Is that what he means?
I really wish we could bring them on live with us.
I
'cause
know. It's
this
really
is very hard to determine if we're doing it right.
On a desk or table. Okay. On a desk or table. Can you give me
You
your
just
arm?
do it on this chair. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it on that chair.
Can they still see us?
Let me see.
Can you guys still see us? Yes.
No, you're kind of just
Can you see my arm?
halfway down. No.
Oh, dang it.
Here, use my
Give me your
arm.
back. Give
My
me your
back,
shoulder.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Wait, let me pull my...
This is a lovely massage I'm receiving.
Okay. Like that? This must look so weird without context. Imagine if someone comes into this.
I
and
know,
I'm just
they're
like,
just like, what are centro teens doing?
Anyway.
What the heck?
on a desk or table. Put your hand flat, then twist. Why do I look so white? Dina, stop making me look so white.
I mean, we're behind a black background, so that's probably, you can't even see me. Like, I've just,
like this. And like this.
where? Oh, gross.
And I can do this weird tongue thing.
Wait,
I'll
let
just
me
swallow my
see.
spit first.
Okay. Oh, gross. That's like a, I don't know what it is. I could do this. This is like, I couldn't think of anything before this, but there we go. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. See, it's not even a party trick if other people
No,
can do
but
it.
I think that a lot of other people can't. What's wrong? Oh, DJ can do it as well.
DJ can do it.
Can you guys do it?
Thank you, Callan.
Thank you for that input. Thank you for showing us your bent finger again.
Yeah, well, we looked up other party tricks on the,
Yes,
wasn't very
we
helpful.
did.
Oh, mine keeps exiting. Hang on. What was that first one?
Your
you
right
had?
hand can't touch your right elbow. Can you touch your right elbow with your right
Oh, like-
hand? No, I don't think that's
Oh,
possible.
I think I can do the one where your thumb can touch your.
Oh,
think
yes.
I can.
Okay,
Let me
try and
try
do it. No, nobody else is commenting. Guys, we need your comments.
Look at that. There we
Are the leaders watching?
Wait, can they see
Can you go in and tell them to come in and show us their weird things? If they have weird things.
So I can put my thumb on my arm, on this hand.
Oh, that's
Not
creepy.
this one.
I think I could do that when I was younger, but
Not anymore. Give it a go. Well, there you go. There
it's a lot of effort now. No one else is commenting.
No, that's
Let me call someone that's in there.
okay.
I'm going to call someone that's in
And
there.
they have to answer.
Yes, they do. Who's in there?
Who can
We've got some
call?
leaders hanging out here. Brett, do you have any weird party tricks?
He's yeah. I can call Johnny.
Yeah,
if you
call
want.
Johnny. Call J dog emoji, heart emoji.
I'm not weird.
Can you do any
Hey,
party tricks?
so
Can you
we've got you
hyperextend your
on
arm?
live, and we just want to ask if you have any weird party tricks.
Any weird party tricks?
I can do this.
Not really. What that I can do, or just in general?
That you can do. Because, well, we've asked people to comment on the live their weird party tricks, so we can try them as well. So we've
That one where you put your hands the opposite way, and so like extend your hands out, but you.
Oh, the
interlock
thing where you
your
put it
fingers
around
the
your neck.
opposite way, and then go on your head. And
I think
down your-
I used to be able to
I
do
don't know
that.
how to explain it.
okay. Naomi's. Thank you anyway. Naomi's gonna try.
I'm going
that.
to try it.
Okay. Goodbye. You gotta stretch. Yeah, I didn't. Oh my goodness. She's gonna get herself stuck. I am not trying that. They're all just laughing now. Yeah, I'm not gonna try that because I think I've like dislocated my shoulder
Oh
from
my gosh.
Just dance.
Wow, she went hard. She went at it.
I went super hard. I was doing
yeah.
Rasputin and I was like, wow.
So where are we going to from this?
Praise and worship. Well,
Praise and worship. Worship, just
yeah.
worship. Okay.
It's just some slower songs today. So, yes, we got 2 songs. So again, whatever helps you get in the zone, turn your lights off, whatever. But yeah, just sing along with the songs, spend time with God as we praise and worship Him. So, off to the worship songs.
When the darkness falls, it won't
see a victory, for the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory, for the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory, for the battle belongs to you, Lord. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Peace, bringing it all to peace. The storm surrounding me, let it break at your name still. Cold the sea to still, the rage in me to still, every wave at your name. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. Breathe, call these lungs to live, call these lungs to sing once again.
Okay. We're good. We're good. Can you see me? Sweet. Okay. So we're going to play a little bit of. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Justin's going to grab a microphone on the way through, and so we've got the Spall twins, Jaden and Nick. And what we're going to get to them to come and do is we're going to get them to come and kneel in front of a bowl of delicious flour. So you got to kneel on your knees, as in like, yep.
Oh, you need to. You don't. The chairs aren't for you.
Yeah. No, the
You're
chairs are for us. Okay, now Justin's going to stand behind them, and I'm going to
How's it
ask a
going?
few questions. And
You need to not have your hands.
yeah,
here.
you need to put you need to put your head just before the flour. So maybe duck down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
That's perfect.
Okay. Now we're gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Justin a few questions, and he has to answer by pushing the person who that is into the flour, if you know what I mean.
Unlucky.
So it'd be like, if I'll give you an example, but we won't use it. So it'd be like the person whose name is Jaden, and then we'd push Jaden's face into the flour. No, you can't resist. It's futile. Resistance is futile. Okay.
All right. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. Here we go. Most likely to discipline the Connect. most likely to want to be one of the boys. Most likely to be late.
Oh, gee, that's a tough one. Hey, there's resistance.
No resist.
Get in there.
Nom, 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 nom. I hope you're not gluten intolerant.
Why am I so weak? Because you're literally using.
He looks
Yeah.
like Cruella de Vil. We've broken Jaden.
I'm sorry. Don't breathe it in.
Nah, do it. It's not
Don't
like
breathe this.
it's perfectly. Arms off the table. Yeah, good call. That's how he's resisting. Okay. Most likely to be the favourite Spall.
Yikes. Yikes. That's bad for everyone.
It is. First to be married.
Oh.
What? Nick's going to be married before you, Jaden. That's what he's saying. Most likely to have a car
Oh,
accident.
no. He's going to do that himself.
Most loyal.
Oh, right.
Okay, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of a really, really good one. Best at video games. Oh,
Oh, no.
here we go. Oh!
In particular, Rocket League.
Oh, okay. Most likely to beat Justin at FIFA. Most likely to get roasted by Jacob Dunikowski.
I don't even know whether he's actually getting in the flour or not, but it looks bad enough as it is. Hey, I'll do the dunking here.
Yeah, this is so good. I love this game. I just wish this game could go on forever. Okay. Most likely to win at dodgeball.
Oh, man. Oh, I don't think Jaden's going to win it. I don't think Jaden's going to win at dodgeball. Please,
Okay.
somebody control him.
Okay. Harry Whedon's favourite.
I don't even know. Jaden? That's because
Get in there. Get in there.
he's trying to get full coverage on his face. You'd be good at makeup, Jaden. Trying to get that full coverage.
Okay. Well, I reckon that's pretty much it for that segment. You guys can go, but I want you to walk into the leaders' room, literally looking like that, and get out, you freak! Get out! Get out with your
This is the
dandruff!
Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom of the Opera is here. No, but you need to get a girl from Collingwood Park and what the heck? They just nuzzled. Jaden just nuzzled Nick's neck. That was just really weird. But you need to go and get a girl from Collingwood Park and a girl from Ipswich. And there should be some wheat picks out on the bench there, Jaden.
Oh. Who are you calling Jaden?
Jaden's leader, Justin, was what I was going to say, just out on the reception desk. Hey, hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget, first week back, we've got a present for everybody that's there on the first week, but you have to be there on the first week to get it. I have ordered them. They are on their way. And but you need to be there on the first night back, which is the 17th of July. And so you need to make sure that you're there. You need to be physically present to get your present. Stick around, Justin. Grab a seat. Are you pumped for going back, Justin?
I am super pumped. I have been missing seeing all your faces on a Friday.
I know. It's not the same online. And
No.
I think we've lost a couple of people because it's like, I miss the face-to-face. But we need to make sure that... Because if we get 60 at each location, at least 60, we can have more than 60. Then I think the week after that we'll have a pizza party.
That sounds amazing.
Fully shouted. So, but you've got to be there on the first night. Here we go.
Amazing. There was really only one choice for Collingwood Park, wasn't there?
Yeah, I know. There's only one female leader from Collingwood Park here. Okay. So I won't make you put your faces in the flour that Jaden and Nick just put their faces in. But in that bag is wheat bix. Now,
Or Weetabix if you're from England, such as Dina.
I'm also allergic.
you're not allergic. You're lying.
That's un-Australian if you're Weet-Bix. If you're Weet-Bix? If you're from...
It's a risk I'm willing to take. Okay, so so this is Collingwood Park versus Ipswich, and the first to finish all of their wheat bix, and you got to eat them, no cheating. You got to eat them,
gosh.
and the first to finish wins the glory for their location. 3, 2, 1. Whole wheat bix. They're
Go
real.
for it.
They're
I know
legit. They're
I know
actually
from
they're sanitarium.
yeah. Personally, from doing similar challenges, about past the first bic or biscuit or whatever you call it is really difficult. It gets tough after
I know it is.
after about one. That's cheating.
Get out. Get out. That's
part of the decor.
that joke was about as dry as that wheat bix.
How are we going? This is the slowest race in history.
Yeah. We've got a new segment between one fern. The milk challenge.
The milk
we
challenge,
should.
good memories.
Yeah, Jaden's just walking in with flour in his hair. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flour in my hair.
That I don't know whether anyone gets that reference. If you're watching and you get that reference,
You should
Put
be
it in the
watching because you're not a
comments.
teenager.
yeah.
Come on, this is terrible television. Do you want to go get Isaac and Sean? We'll have the guys battle it out too.
This is a speedy battle.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez. Don't hide it. I can hear you talking.
They're conspiring amongst
Yeah.
themselves.
They're trying to hide it in the flour. Did you hide it in the flour? You muppet.
What did you hide in the flour?
You got to
Ow.
eat that.
That's gross. That's even worse.
You win, man. Let's just call it quits.
No.
No.
What's that? Oh. Now Sean has entered the room, and so is Isaac. Just hold there, Sean and Isaac. We'll get you guys in a tick.
Wait behind the line.
Say chubby bunnies.
Oh, no.
Oh, yuck. Jordan Van Gazel, if you're watching, charming. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tag. You need to tag your counterpart. So Geordie, you need to tag Isaac, and Dina, you need to tag Sean, and then put your wheat bix down. But come on in, guys,
Gross.
and they're gonna tag
I
you.
would not put that
And-
anywhere near that table.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's all right.
And you've got to finish the last two. Quick, you've got to keep this going. So Sean, this is yours. Isaac's here. You got to eat this. You got to eat these two.
Eat those two.
Wolf it
Weetabix.
down. Don't hide it in the
Don't-
flour. Don't listen to Geordie. She's evil.
So this is the. Oh, this is a
Oh,
speed.
Isaac's, come closer so that the people can see you, so that you are on camera. Hey, we're all on camera together. It's so dry. I know. This is like a.
If that's lovely.
I
That
hate
sounds
I
tasty.
hate soggy Weet-Bix.
It's the only way to eat.
Nah,
Weet-Bix.
nah.
It is the
Nah,
only
there
way.
needs to be some integrity in the Weet-Bix.
But with integrity, you get tastelessness.
Is that
So,
that's an Uncle Ben saying? with great tastelessness comes integrity.
yeah.
Sean
Speedy Gonzalez with
Speedy
the Weet-Bix.
Gonzalez. Isaac, holy moly.
If you eat your Weet-Bix dry, you're a monster.
Yeah. You're evil. You're a monster. Yeah. Jokes. Yeah, no, but make sure that you put it in your calendars, in your iPhones, write it in the pavement, write it in the sky if you've got money enough to write it in the sky. 17th of July, we're back.
17th of July.
17th to the 7th. We'll be back in all of our glory. Socially distanced, of course. It's so this is Geordie's.
Amazing.
This is the last time that you'll see Geordie as a 22-year-old. Yes. This will be the last time that you'll see me as a 31-year-old. Get out! I am not 43.
Well, this is the first time anyone's seen me as a 20-something
Yes.
year old. I can't even remember.
Yeah. Justin's birthday was on Sunday. Happy
Thank you.
birthday to Justin.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. I got nothing as a present.
Did you? Justin got nothing. You were away at the coast. That was a
my
gift
mum
itself.
got me a present. I was away at the coast. Okay.
Yeah.
My
no
mum- my mum
victims
loves me.
here.
So,
They haven't eaten all day in preparation for this.
yeah.
Sean has.
Go water
Have you
that
eaten
down with the
at all?
lasagna, I reckon. It is actually quite close to this batch.
He's got to swallow it, and I've got to see his clear mouth.
Oh,
This is a bit gross. I don't really know if I want to do this.
Spoken.
That's one job I couldn't do, dentist. But Sean, are you pumped for the 17th? Jokes.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be close. Isaac has paced himself.
Yeah, he has.
He's kept a clean mouth there.
He's kept the moisture in there. It's a great word, moisture.
Did you need technical analysis on your Weet-Bix eating? Because that's what we're offering.
Yeah. The key is
Here
to
it
keep
goes.
them moist.
We're almost there.
The 17th is when we go back,
How
Sean.
dare you?
Goodness gracious. Sean's so overwhelmed that he's forgotten that the 17th is
Yeah.
when we're back. He's got into such an online, yeah. Sean's just such an online world that he's not going to know what to do when we actually go back. But I reckon we'll have half of Red Bank there. Half, well, maybe. And
like 600 students.
at least.
Are you
Show
done?
us. Are you done? Show us your mouth. He's done. Oh,
There
give
it
it up
is,
for
it's pretty
Sean.
close.
Give it up for Sean and Isaac.
Isaac is close.
And you're way better than these two, than Dina
Yeah.
and Geordie, because they were like hiding it in wheat, but they were hiding it in flour. Yeah, because it was taking
Yeah,
forever.
It was the slowest
Yeah,
race
I
in
was-
history.
No, they did
This
not.
was a good race here.
Boys are better. It's science. I'm joking.
And watch those viewers tumble.
Yeah.
Good race, lads.
Anyway, well done, boys. But right now we're going to go to a preach from Johnny. We're going to finish our series of If I Was. And so make sure you have a listen to this. If you ever want to be in leadership, or if you are a leader, then take note of this, because it's really important what Johnny's got to say. So we're going to go to Johnny now.
Hey Centro teens, how crazy is it that it's our last week of our online service? So I hope you guys have enjoyed what we've been doing over this time of quarantine and isolation and where we can't physically meet. But next week is going to be awesome. I'm excited for our Connect socials. So hopefully your Connect leader has already given you those details. If they haven't, they'll message you sometime very soon, because next week there will be no online service, but we will see you guys next week in your Connects, and so hopefully you'll have heaps and heaps of fun. But over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about If I Was. We've been doing a bit of a series, actually, and we started off with a few different ones. We've done If I Was Your Friend, we've done If I Was Your Parent, we've done If I Was Your Boyfriend or Girlfriend, and I think there's another one that I can't remember right now, but we've done a couple of those. And today, I'm continuing that series and finishing that series off, in fact, with If I Was Your Leader. And today I want to talk to you about both ends and all sides of this kind of thing, like as you are a leader of someone else, or if you are a leader under someone else. So I'll be touching all those bases today. But I want to start off with a verse that comes from Galatians chapter 6, verses 9. And it says this, I'll read it to you. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. God's timing is perfect. If you don't already know that, you need to know it. God's timing is perfect. Sometimes we just don't see it, but it's perfect. There's this story of this farmer. He decided that he wanted to plant bamboo crops because he heard that you can make lots and lots of money off them. So he thought, why not? Let's do it. And so he decided to plant the seeds or whatever you need to plant to grow them. And obviously he had to tend to it. He had to water it and do all those kind of things, make sure the soil was right, make sure all of those kind of things were right. I'm not that good at gardening, so I don't know what all is involved, but he had to make sure he had to put a lot of effort in and make sure that everything was okay. And a year went by and nothing happened. It was just soil. He couldn't see his crop, and he was wondering, what's going on? And then 2 years passed. Still nothing, no sprout, no little sign of anything. 3 years passed, 4 years passed, still nothing. And then on the fifth year of after planting all these seeds, he hadn't seen anything out of the ground yet, but he'd been continuing to take care of the ground, continuing to take care of the soil, watering, all that kind of things. All those kind of things, I should say, sorry. And then on the fifth year, the bamboo sprouted, and it grew almost a foot every single day. And by the end of the fifth year, he had a whole bamboo forest. And obviously he went to sell that, and he got lots and lots of money, as they are very valuable at that time. But it's a story about persistence. It's a story about continuing to do what is right, like we read in that verse. So that's like a main point of leadership that I want you to go into this lesson today, or this message today, and have that perspective in mind. That you got to continue to do good and you'll reap a harvest. That's what leadership is all about. Do not grow tired of doing good. I have 3 quick points, guys, I want to talk to you about. So I won't take much of your time. So lean in, because these are really, really important points about if I was your leader. Talking about leadership and talking about if you want to be a leader. And I'll put this out there. If you're out there and you think, I don't really want to be a leader, or, I don't aspire to be a youth leader or a leader of anything really, let me tell you something. In life, you're always a leader. But the first thing about leadership, and point number 1, is inner to outer. Now, the other day, I was really hungry, and I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't eaten fruit this whole quarantine. That's not true, but I haven't eaten fruit a lot, which is bad, but I should be. You guys should be eating fruit as well. But I was like, I could really go for an apple. So I went to my fruit bowl in my house, and I grabbed this apple, and I was checking a few of the apples. You know how you have to pick the best one, obviously. You can't just pick the first one you see. So I was checking them, and I found the one that looked the best. It looked crispy on the outside. It looked nice and red. It was a good color, not many blemishes on it. So I thought, great, this is going to be great. I bit into the apple, and it was soft, and it was brown, and it was rotten on the inside. And the next thing that happened is obviously I spat out the apple straight into the bin. The rest of the apple went into the bin as well. And that story is to say, it doesn't matter what's on the outside, it matters what's on the inside. And you're sure that you've heard that saying before, but it applies to leadership even more. Because if you don't lead yourself, you can't lead others. If you're not doing devotional time, spending time with God in prayer, reading the Word, or spending time just in His presence, in praise and worship and stuff like that, that's what leading yourself is. And if you're not doing that, then you can't lead others, because your ultimate goal is to lead others into doing that. Character and identity is the foundation of your leadership. You've got to have a strong character. It actually says in the Bible that you'll be tested more when you're in leadership. You'll be scrutinized more when you're in leadership. So if you think you can just be a leader and get away with still doing these things, you'll find that you'll be actually scrutinized more. You'll find that people will actually look into what you're doing with yourself a lot more. And so you've got to live above reproach, the Bible says. That was point number 1. Point number 2 is 360 perspective. Have you guys seen, I'm sure you have, seen those videos on whatever it is you go on nowadays, TikTok, Instagram? I'm sure you haven't been seeing them on Facebook, because apparently that's for old people. But that's where I first saw one. You might have seen it on YouTube. Those videos of 360 cameras and how you can move the screen around and you can look and you can see where everything is around you. I'm sure you've seen them. That's what I'm talking about. The 360 view. Because you're always being led, you lead, and you have fellow leaders. Did you know you'll always be a follower? You'll never be at the tippity top. So just because you come into leadership doesn't mean you stop following. That's a really important point that I need you to take. Just because that leaders are appointed by God. I'm going to just flick to the verse here. It says this in Romans 13 verses 1. It says, everyone must submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God. So if you're complaining about, let's say, your teacher or your parent or something like that, that you just don't want to listen to them or do what they say, just know God has actually placed them in a position of authority in your life. The second thing that you've got to do is you've got to seek to build up your leader in prayer and practical ways. So we should always be praying for our leader. You should always be praying for those you lead. You should always be praying for those who are on the same level as you, but you should always be praying for your leader because they have got a lot on their plate. They've got a lot of responsibility, and so it's important. You've got to understand the power of prayer. We've talked about it before, but you've got to understand the power of prayer. It does actually make a difference. We should be looking for ways that we can practically help. As well as praying for our leader, we should be looking for ways we can practically help out what our leader wants. And he may not be able to figure out a way, or he may not see that he wants that thing. Another thing that's very important about leadership and about being a follower is we should never get entitled. It's a dangerous thing to get entitled. It's a dangerous thing to start thinking that look at all the things that I've done. Look at all the work that I've put in. I deserve so much better than this. I deserve all of these things. Look at all the effort that I've put in. I want to touch on your fellow leaders around you, those who are on the same level of leadership as you. You should always encourage them. You should always tell them positive stories from your experiences. or, just listen to them and share encouragement with them, because you're doing the journey alongside them. So you never think you're better than them or never think you're worse than them. Just continue to walk with them and encourage them along the way. Our last point, guys, almost finished, stay with me, is point number 3, which is head helper. And it's talking about now as a leader. So if I was your leader, that's what this whole thing is about. And I talked about being a follower of a leader, and now I'm going to be talking about as a leader itself. And the main thing I want to talk about is servant leadership. Now, we got this perfect model of what a leader should be from the perfect person, which was Jesus. And he modeled the leadership in such a way of servant leadership. It says that Jesus came to serve and not be served. He gave us this example because that's how we should be. That is a Christian way of being a leader. And it means this, guys. It means when you get into a position of leadership, it doesn't mean you control people. It means that you're in a position to help them even more than before. I'll say that one more time because it's very, very important. When you get into a position of leadership, it doesn't mean you control people. It means you're in a position to help them even more than before. You're never going to stop serving others. Just because you get elevated to a position of leadership, it doesn't mean now you control people, can tell them what to do and be like, you have to listen to me because I'm your leader. It's not going to work like that. I can assure you, it will not work. You'll lose the people under you. They'll leave. They'll get angry at you. They'll, despise you and all those kind of things. It doesn't turn out well. You're actually elevated in that position so that you can help them more, that you can help them grow, that you can help them by encouragement, you can help them by prayer, you can help them by leading by example, all those kind of things. You're in that position so that you can help them more. You're still the leader though. This is something you've got to understand. Some people, you get both ends of the spectrum, right? There's always a spectrum with anything. On this side, there's the full service. You're just there to serve people. You're a leader. You're their leader, but you just do everything for them. You serve them. You make sure, oh, no, you don't do that. I'll do this. I'll do this. Then there's the other end of the spectrum where they just sit there on their throne and they tell people what to do and boss everyone around. You want to end up in the middle, obviously. But you don't want to be all the way down here where you don't take authority of your leadership. Instead, you just do everything for everyone else. Even though you have been given that position, you say, oh, no, I don't need you to set up hang time. I'll go set it up. I don't need you to pack down. I'll go pack it down. You guys can just sit there and have a chat. That's not leadership. That's not what servant leadership is. Servant leadership is growing the person and helping them. But you got to understand, you've still been put in that position. Like we talked about earlier, you've been put in that position by God. So take that authority, but don't hold on to it too tightly. Take that authority, understand that you are in this position of leadership. And so you would say, you know what, I need you to help me out. I need you to do this setup. I need you to do this pack down, yada, yada. I got other things to do, whatever it may be. But you got to find that balance. You got to find that place where you're being a servant leader and you're aiming to encourage and help grow these people. But you're also taking authority for the authority that you've been given. One of the things that you'll find as a leader is you have got to deal with situations in your leadership team or the team that are underneath you or the people that are underneath you. And it's a very interesting thing to do. It's a difficult thing to do to deal with people, but it's a big part of leadership dealing with people. Because you do have to do it a lot. The key is you've got to balance your conviction and your compassion. You've got to balance that out. Because your conviction is they should be doing this, they should be doing that, they should have these right values, they should be reading their Bible every day, they shouldn't be, doing things that are against what we believe, all those kind of things. And so you think they shouldn't be doing that, but if they do it, you got to understand to have compassion and grace as well. Because I asked this question to Pastor Brett actually. I was, have conversations with Pastor Brett, talking about leadership and things like that. And I asked him, what if this was happening in your leadership team? Why don't you get rid of these people or yada yada, those kind of things. And he said, if I got rid of my leadership team for each thing that they did wrong, I wouldn't have a leadership team. You got to understand that there's always grace. There's always compassion. So you've got to balance that. You've got to have the conviction. You can't just let them get away with everything. Be like, oh, okay, that's all right. I forgive you. You got to be like, you got to be hard on them. Be like, hey, this is not okay, but I'm going to have the grace. I'm going to have the forgiveness to say, okay, we're going to move forward from this, and we can do better next time. So that's the kind of balance that you've got to find. You guys are leaders. You guys over at Collingwood Park, in Ipswich, wherever you are, you're leaders of this youth ministry. We talked about it before. You guys are the youth ministry. The leaders come, and our aim is to build you up, is to grow, is to encourage, is to teach, all these things. But you guys are the ones that have access to your school. You guys are the ones that can talk to your friends about Jesus. You guys are the ones that can change the lives of the people around you. So you guys are the real leaders. And you've got to understand that it's also your duty to defend the ground that we have taken. In Collingwood Park, in Ipswich, we've got to make sure that we continue to come each Friday night. We continue to be present. We continue to participate. We continue to invite people in and continue to take ground and continue to grow, because that's the goal. If I was your leader. Guys, there's so much stuff to cover on this topic. Leadership is a topic that has been talked about all through the Bible. It's been talked about all through the world in all kinds of areas. And there's so much to cover, and I haven't covered everything today. There's more things that I love to talk about, but I don't want to hold you forever. So that's the 3 points that I've talked to you today. Inner to outer. You've got to lead yourself first in order to lead others. The 360 perspective. Understand that when you're a leader, you're still a follower. You're always going to be a follower, and you need to do those things for your leader. And understand, and and the third point, head helper, which means you're a servant leader. You're elevated in that position so that you can be better in helping others. I want to leave you with this thought, guys. For those that want to be a leader in life, or for those that want to be a leader in ministry even, or for those that are already a leader in ministry, I want to ask you this question. Why do you want to be a leader? Because I believe you need to be able to answer that question. And don't worry, you may not be able to answer that question straight away in leadership. You don't have to answer that question before you become a leader. But it's a good question to always be thinking of and constantly reminding yourself and consistently reimagining and re-envisaging. Nope. It's a great... I can't speak. It's a great question. It's a great question to continue to ask yourself throughout leadership. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? And I'll tell you the reason, guys. It says this in John 3:30. Let me flick there now, using the old school Bible. Got my notes on my phone, but here we go. John 3 verses 30. It says this: He must become greater and greater, and I must become less and less. There might be a few different little reasons as to why you want to be a leader. It's because you feel called to it. It's because you feel gifted in that area. Or there may be other reasons. But ultimately, it's got to be to make God greater and greater and yourself less and less. We've got to humble ourselves and understand it's all for God's glory. We need to make sure we're expanding God's kingdom. That's what it's all about, guys, to make Him greater, to give Him all the glory. And it's not, you should never be in leadership for yourself. You should never be in leadership to elevate yourself or to make yourself look great or to make yourself feel powerful. You should never do those things. We should have the vision of making God greater. And actually, one last thought while I think of it, guys, on the word vision, on that topic, you need to catch the vision of your leader. It's one of the very important things. We talked about it earlier in terms of the practical ways in which you can seek to build up your leader, because you need to be paying attention to your leader and seeing what he's seeking, and your leader often and should make that clear to you with his vision. And you need to grab onto that vision with both hands, and you need to hit the ground running and take that vision to the best of your ability. So catch the vision and do the best you can, and as a leader, cast the vision on your followers. I'm going to pray, guys, and then we'll conclude. Dear God, thank you for everyone listening right now, Lord. I pray that if they become a leader, Lord, they'll understand that it's all for your glory, God. They'll understand that they need to lead themselves first, Lord, to spend time in your presence, to spend time in your word, to spend time praying, so that they can be equipped to lead others, Lord. I pray that they can catch the vision of their leader, Lord, and they can cast vision as a leader, Lord. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Okay. No, there we go. Now you can hear me. Sorry about that. That was really heartfelt, emotional. Um, no, it's all good. I'll say what I said again. I do want to say thank you for everybody that has been on the journey with us while we've kind of been doing this online service. I know it's been a bit tedious. I know it hasn't always gone to plan, but thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for you're still taking part and being involved. I hope, that the messages have inspired and lifted you up. And I hope that, it's been good to kind of see some of the fun things that we've been able to do. But I really hope that you can make to Connect next week. I think it's just going to be a great start to when we go back, because if you can make sure that you get there to Connect, we're going to make sure that all the safety precautions are taken so that you're not at any risk in terms of your health. But we really do want to get back to business in regards to your destiny and the calling that's on your life and the calling that God's put on your heart. And so we're going to start that next week with our Connect Social. So stay tuned for the information that's going to be hitting our socials in the next week, and make sure that you're there at our Connect Social. And then the 17th of July, I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a really big day for our youth ministry for Centro Teens, because we're again staking a claim in the city of Ipswich, Redbank and Collingwood Park and beyond. And it's not the same if you're not there. And all of the kind of and all of the